Hey, how are we? Hope everything's going good today. We got tons of snow out there. Show off a little bit of the snow. I don't know if you can see this. We got a couple feet going on. And finally got my camera switched to horizontal on my tablet. Still cuts off the sides, but flip my hat so you can see my eyes. Still cuts off the sides, but at least you got that horizon view instead of that little tiny window view that goes on. I wanted to show off today. This is a ProTank Mini, and it hits really well. I have it set way too high, but that's because the coil's pretty much burnt out. But what I wanted to show off today was how well this Ego Twist does from Fastech. I'm not that fond of Fastech, as you know from my late videos, but I have bought a lot of stuff from them. And if you're going to buy a mod, something like Vamo V2, you may as well spend $37 and buy it from Fastech than $70 and buy it from America. You get that 6-month warranty with it, and they will cover shipping back. You can mail it to their California location, and then they'll ship you out a new one from China. So the return shipping is fairly quick. It's only California, so it's like 3 to 6 days for most U.S. states to get mail there. And they do send you a new one out as soon as they receive the old one. Sometimes they'll even ship out as soon as you can show postage paid for the shipping out. They'll send you one out immediately, depending on what you've worked out with customer service. But the problems with waiting 30 days to get your new one to 40 days is just ridiculous. 40 days to wait, just too much time. But to save $40, it may be worth it in that retrospect. But I wanted to show off this Ego Twist I had bought from Fastech. I've been so pleased with it. I use my mods constantly, my SVD and my Vamo. The Vamo is really good for battery life. The SVD is just beautiful the way it looks, but it sucks down your batteries a lot quicker, at least mine does. And it doesn't work once it gets to whatever color that light is, the third one, or the second one, I don't know. All I know is that I don't really pay attention to the lights. I don't even notice them anymore. Once it goes off green, it really starts to die really quick, and you don't get as good of hits. And but this little Ego Twist, I mean, it lasts me like 8 hours. And it gives me an amazing vapor hit. Sometimes when the Vamo's hitting too hard on a coil, even with it set low at 3.7, I'll still get a burnt taste, but I can throw it on the Ego Twist and have it set up at 4.8, and I don't get the burnt taste. I just get a nice good hit. Maybe that was those Fastech coils that I was having trouble with, and that was why, but the Ego Twist just really comes in handy. You can't put it in your pocket because this piece over here will break off, and you'll end up with two separate sections that you got to fit back together without breaking any wires. But you can slide in a jacket pocket. I found flashlight holsters work pretty good for the Vamo. If you put it in short mode and use a flashlight holster, that's a good way to carry it. It'll stick out a little bit. Your tank will stick out. And I recommend using an EVOD for transporting and using it on the road as opposed to the ProTank or Mini ProTank, just because you don't want to break that. If it does fall, at least with an EVOD, odds are it won't crack the case, the plastic on the casing to the EVOD. But this Ego Twist just really gives good drags. I usually just leave it at 4.8 to 4.2, somewhere in there. But 4.8 is where I've been leaving it. And these are 2.6 ohm to 3.1 ohm coils I got from Aqua Vapor. And they're supposed to be 2.5 ohm. But on my Vamo, one of them was reading 3.1, one was reading 2.6, so they vary. But that's really good vapor. Considering the fact that it's such a small battery, and it's not putting out the power that the Vamo does, even at whatever setting. This has been tested. It does work right. But they're only $12 or $13 from Fast Tech. And you can pick up 2 of these and have them as backups in case your mod goes bad for $25, and they last. Mine sat on the shelf for about 6 months. I haven't been using it, and I just picked it up and I was like, that's a really good vape. And I switched over from my fancy mods, or my mods, which I consider fancy, compared to my V2 cigarette. And even with the Ego, or EVOD, you get really nice hits off this little Ego Twist. And I know this isn't a genuine Joytech Ego Twist or whatever they call it. This is just a copycat, but it still lasts 8 hours, and that's with me vaping, and that's a lot of vape. It still has the controls on the bottom. They're a little stiffer, but they loosen up in time as you get used to turning it. You just got to clamp on there pretty tight. It is hard to see. They're not marked as well as a genuine, because a lot of people I noticed on my first video, they said, dude, man, buy a genuine. And it's like, why buy genuine if you could buy something just as good for less than half the price? They want $30 for some of these Ego Twist batteries. And this is an 1100 mAh. It has up to 4.8 volts, and it lasts just as good, and it works great on the charger. When the light turns green, you unplug it, this will turn off. This little button over here will stop being white when it's charging, and it'll turn green eventually on the charger, and then you know you're good to go. You just don't want to overcharge them. That's the trick to these Ego Twist batteries and spinners and winders, is that if you overcharge them, it'll kill the battery. Where with the Vamo, I've got the IntelliCharger. Check one of my videos, and that one shuts off or goes to a trickle charge when the battery is full, so I don't have to worry about leaving it on there overnight like I do with the Ego Twist batteries, where I got to really monitor. But I've really taken care of this one, and it's never gotten wet. I clean out the inside with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip once in a while to keep the connections good. And this is a really crappy juice that I have in here right now, and it's wanting to make it like the coils clogged. It's not giving great hits all the time, but it's working really well today. It seems when I'm lying in bed and I'm smoking like this, obviously it's a bottom coil, it needs to be like this, but I'll make sure that it's good and soaked, and then I'll take a hit like that. It shouldn't make a difference. It's not sucking that much juice that it's doing it like a straw. It's sucking enough juice. You got to keep those wicks wet, and the wicks are wet, and it's still just this juice. It's caramel from Aqua Vapor. I noticed the caramel, the vanilla, like the double mint chocolate from Aqua Vapor. Holy clouds of vapor, and super minty if you like mint, and I didn't like it at first, and I've grown accustomed to it. Alright, let's keep this video short, but I just wanted to tell everybody how great an Ego Twist can be, even when you have the nicer mods. To have something small and light in your hand, that gives you just decent hits that you don't have to worry about dropping. I mean, this thing could take a fall. Not with the Pro Tank on it, but with an EVOD on it. And it's really come in handy to me to be able to switch up and just have something different in my hand. To get so used to holding your regular mod that you don't even think of vaping anymore. Where when you get to play with your toys, you appreciate the hobby aspect of it just a little bit more. So check out some of my videos. I never punch myself, but and like and subscribe. Somebody told me I should start saying that, so I know I'm a little bit long-winded and I go on a bit, but that's just the point in my life that I'm at. I'm usually a very peppy, spirited person, but I have a lot of stuff going on that keeps me kind of just blah, and that's kind of not helping you guys out. But I try to make sure that I give you a lot of information, a lot of real life facts. I'm not making a penny off any of these videos. I'm not promoting products. I believe that no smoking is the best smoking, whether It's e-cigarettes, regular cigarettes, or pot, or whatever they sell out there now, dabs, whatever the hell that is, liquid something, pot. Uh, you don't need that. Natural high, go to church, uh, buy somebody something, a balloon, just to show that you love them or something, and that's nice enough. But anyway, I just try to get a lot of facts out. Sorry if I'm not as spirited as boyfriend, girlfriend, or I'm not Jennifer Marbles and Freely the Banana Girl. I mean, I don't have that energy right now. And I'm kind of really dealing with a lot of stuff with diabetes and problems with my liver and personal problems and not seeing my daughter and just a lot of issues that really keep me kind of blah. But hopefully that'll all change, and you find a lot more spirit in me, and we'll be able to pull together and actually have some fun. So I'm trying to make more videos. I'm just on a real tight budget, and I stopped buying e-cigarette stuff. I barely keep up with the juices and the coils. Coils cost me $20 or $30 for a 2-month supply, and juice I go through about $50 a month or $25 a month minimum if I buy bulk from Aquavapor. They're 20 packs. So hopefully I'll start getting on the ball. I'd like to pick up some new tanks, and I'd like a VTR and an MVP. I've wanted an MVP for the longest time, but just haven't had the extra money to spend. I got the SVD, I got the Vamo, and that's good enough to keep me going. And I smoke less. I smoke half a pack a month, if that. Not even. I smoked 3, 6, 9, 12 cigarettes a month on average, and that's pretty good from 2 packs a day. A pack will last me 3 to 5 days, and that's pretty amazing. If I pick up a pack for my birthday or something, or I plan on drinking. If I drink twice a year. I want a pack of cigarettes. I want that burning charcoal taste in my mouth. So hope everybody's doing good and hanging in there with this snow. And if there's anything that anybody wants me to talk about, I'm thinking about starting to branch off into movies and video games and doing reviews, not showing the movies or the video game footage. I don't know how much of that's allowed. I don't know how Rad Brad and a lot of these people get away with that. I don't even understand how they show music on YouTube without that being a copyright, and Friends and full movies. You know, it's okay as long as you're not showing it to the public, they say, but this is all public, so what the hell? You're basically getting this stuff for free. And YouTube downloader, get one of those, and you're able to download tons of music from YouTube. And I heard that's totally legal as long as you're not doing it for public displays. So don't quote me on that, that's just what I've heard. But that's a real good downloader. Ziggy TV is the best downloader for converting off of YouTube, I found. So if you want to get those videos and the songs, go to Ziggy TV, Google it, and that'll get you all that stuff compressed in decent sized files with the good converter that's well known and is reputable. So alright, so check out an Ego Twist. If you're just getting into smoking especially, you can't go wrong. Pick up an Ego Twist or two, a Pro Tank Mini, or a couple of EVOD coil heads, and some of your favorite juice. Feel free to try different juices. Don't get stuck in the rut like I do, where I smoke the same stuff over and over to where it doesn't even taste good because I'm so used to it and it's just blah. Where I got a Viper vape juice from Chris from Indoor Smokers, the eggnog, and it was amazing. It was like, wow, this is really good. And I plan on shopping from Viper Vape and DFW, and trying to branch out a little bit. But right now, just trying to catch up on these credit cards, and on a limited income, it's really difficult to do. And they keep forking them out to me. I got amazing credit and no money. It's a joke. Alright, so one more vape for the road. So if you're happy with that looking vape, You'd be happy with it. For $12, you can't go wrong for an 8-hour charge. You pick up two of them, $25, and you don't have any of the problems with the buttons. Every time I push this button, it fires, and that makes me happy because this button doesn't always fire. Sometimes you got to wiggle it, sometimes you got to push it really hard, and everything's self-contained. All you need is a charger, which is one of these you could buy from Fast Tech for like $3. Under that, $2.50. And the one I got in America was faulty and ruined my first battery, but this charger is working really well, so I threw out the first one. I didn't even dink with trying to get a refund because it was past 30 days, and in America you don't get refunds after 30 days. You don't get anything. You're screwed. But with Fast Tech, if this went bad, they would also just have me mail it back in a regular envelope or whatever to California, so I don't have to pay outrageous shipping to China, and they would send me a new one or a credit. And they would pay for the shipping. So as much as I don't like Fast Tech, sometimes it comes down to the bottom dollar. Are you going to save $40? If you're going to save $40, maybe it's worth waiting 2 months to get your product. But if you've got money, like a lot of people do, they're driving the Highlanders and the Lexus, and then it's no big deal to just order American, and that's where America gets their money back, is from upper class, is what I call them. I've always been a poverty person, just getting by with everything from the dumpster that I find, and just getting by. And I've got a lot of nice stuff now, and I'm very grateful. Life's been good to me, so I'm donating time at the food shelf now and giving back, and it's good. It's good to help others. So check out the Ego Twist Copycat from Fast Tech, and you'll really like it. Check out the video. It shows you the prices. I think $17 will get you the battery, the charger, a case. So for around $22, you throw on an EVOD coil kit, EVOD tank, and all you got to buy after that is coils and juice. And if you have any questions on that, just give a holler. I'll throw out some stuff. I don't recommend Mount Baker. I think they're awful. So beware of Mount Baker. If you don't like chemically tasting, waiting a month for your juices to be ready. I buy juice, I want to vape it the next day. When it shows up, I want to throw some in a bottle and a tank and vape it. Not with Mount Baker. You just have to wait that month, and then it's still not even edible. But they do have really fast shipping and excellent customer service, so they will guide you to products on their site that will help you. But one more drag. I still enjoy it, so I'd recommend it to anybody starting out, or even people that have regular mods and they're happy with them and they're just looking for something to throw in a pocket, blip, without having to worry about dropping their $40 mod or $70 mod on the concrete. You drop your $12 mod on the, I call it a mod, twist on the concrete, and it's no big deal as long as you got that plastic tank. Just beware, putting it in a jeans pocket, it will break in half and be garbage. So thanks for watching. Hope you're all enjoying the snow, and hope you get to travel, and hope everybody had a wonderful holiday. Check out Boyfriend vs. Girlfriend. They're pretty funny. I'm enjoying them lately, and thanks for watching.